What's up, guys? It's Drac, and it's not a Gnoblin, it's not a Gnelf, it's a Gnarl. Gnome is usually the punchline to that one, guys. Anyway, this is the Narl, coming in from Siren Blasters. Now, we've already taken a look at the Maulr, which is the full-length Lynx-esque kind of blaster. This is the pistol entry into the category, and frankly, this is really compelling for a variety of reasons. First off, this one is an insane price proposition. You thought that $32 for a primary was crazy, but we've seen, you know, cheaper primaries than that. This is pistol with primary class performance, proverbially. Alliteration aside, it's coming in at $20 in the pre-sale period. I'm not gonna be able to snap out of it if I don't stop now. $25 regular retail puts this in the same arena as like the Aeon Pro, but it's doing a lot in that category. So this is a pistol, also a mag-fed pistol, also a pullback prime pistol, but claiming ranges of up to 150 feet, compatible with all half darts and most half dart magazines, which is made interesting by the fact that in their caution section they say, do not use projectiles other than those supplied with this product. You gotta get consistent, guys. Whoever writes this needs to at least read this, and vice versa. Anyway, on the back we've got the relatively ambitious marketing spiel talking about how nothing comes close, how this inventor product is amazing, and how it's been developed forever. But I wanna get it out of the blaster. You know, your classic blaster parts. You've got the whole ecosystem of the blaster. You've got half darts, you've got safety glasses, and then you've got the old primer. You know, you guys know the primer, the thing you use to prime the blaster. Not the charging grip or the charging handle of the primer. Let's knock it out. Let's get it out of the boxer, see if we can open up the clamsheller. So, using eco-friendly packaging, the Narl is no different than the Maulr. We can open this one up like so, and inside you can see I've been tinkering with it a little bit already. Same standard safety glasses. These are relatively inexpensive, but always good to have them as an include. You should be practicing safety at all times, preferably impact rated. Comes with 5 darts, 5 of the EPP solid body half-length darts. If you're familiar with half-length darts, these should not be foreign to you, but they do have a number of features that make them compelling. They are very lightweight, which leads to them flying at higher FPSs, but also they are solid bodied, which means that they'll chamber very easily in breech style blasters, of which this is one of them. So if you include the sight, the darts, the mag, and the blaster, that covers the cardboard. So let's take a look at the anatomy of the blaster itself. This is a very compact blaster and it feels really good in the hand. Only ergonomic complaint at all is that this notch is a little obtrusive. I wear size large gloves and this forces me to crunch my fingers together, and it's just confusing to me because if you look at the Maulr and they're designed for the same customer, this has so much grip. There's so much extra grip. This grip is monstrous. It just split the difference. Put a little bit of that grip on this grip and we'd be in good shape. Now, I'm pretty confident that the ID was done by different people, but I don't know that for a fact. I will tell you, the rest of the blaster looks good. Consistent design language, definitely the little brother of the Maulr. This neon green, black, and white is a clean color scheme that screams not Hasbro specifically. I do like that a lot. I like distinctively having their own kind of color spread and palette. Same standard suite of controls that we're used to on performance blasters. You've got a right hand only, not on this side, just on this side, but a right hand only safety. Up is no go, down is go. Very reactive, very easy. You've got a magazine release down here, super simple. This is a itty bitty Talon geometry magazine, the Siren 5-rounder. Obviously this will fit other Talon compatible magazines. This is the Dart Zone 12. This is a standard Talon, it's a 15. None of these are gravity dropping, which is a little frustrating. And then of course, the Maulr is a 10-round magazine, and that one fits like it was designed that way. Pretty cool. Now, blaster has an orange muzzle up here, which is a shroud for a metal barrel, telling us that this is a closed breech system. This is how they're gonna get that kind of performance. You got a pick rail up top. That pick rail, you can add this very simple slide-on pick sight. Lines up nicely with the sight in the back of the blaster. So highly recommend throwing it on there. Plus it came in the product package, so why not? In the back, you've got very clear instructions that says push back to fire, which is their way of saying if you pull this back like this and pull the trigger, that's not good. There should be a mechanism in there to prevent that, but that effectively means that you're closing the breech and firing at the same time. What they want you to do is pull back, push forward, and then fire. Hence the instructions there. That is a pretty great seal, actually. Very, very solid. You can see inside the product there, a proverbial skinny pusher, which means that you can chamber with or without the breech open or closed. Very convenient, nice creature comfort there to have. Let's fire a couple of them in here. And again, I mean, it's got a lot of pop for a blaster this size. It's clearly got a lot of plunger too because it is just as thick as its big brother over here. But in a much smaller package, this is an easily holsterable pistol. A little thick for it, but all the same, like the mini mag is definitely something that old school HVZ players will recognize as a feature that allows you to fit this into a pocket or a dump pouch. You know, hefty range claims, solid ergonomics, excellent seal. It's a breech-fed pistol that clearly has some power inside. Let's not measure it by audio volume though. Let's go put it over the magical number machine and see what it's got in store. All right, so we're over here with the Chrony set up on our new range. The range is still a work in progress, but here we have the Siren darts. Let's click those into place, chamber a few, and see what kind of FPS we're getting out of this. Now, the range itself goes down to 70 feet. It's marked at different increments, and there are targets at 30 and 60. So we will not be able to test the true depth of 150-foot ranges. Maybe we'll go outside, who knows, but we'll be able to get a really good idea of what these do based on the chronograph and then the real-world performance of shooting targets at engagement distances. So let's put a few over. 144, 130, 142, 140, and 139. Now, just for the sake of science, let's test a couple other darts here before putting some downrange. These are Walmart darts. Go ahead and throw those in. 135, 144, 137, 86, 99, 82. Huh, interesting. Wonder if something's up with the chambering. Seal feels good. Let's try one more. 98, 126. So a little inconsistent there, but obviously these were designed for the other darts. Let's fire a couple more out of the Narl. These are a worker. I think these are Gen 3 or Gen 4 worker darts. Put a couple of those over. 120, 129, 138, 117, Master Chief, 121, 135. So definitely hitting the highest performance with their built-in darts. Let's go ahead and let's do a range test. All right, so from a competitive perspective, it's time to see how the Siren darts in the Narl perform downrange. First guy's at 30, second competitor, the villain down there at 60 feet. Let's put a few downrange and see how they do, then we'll swap to other ammo types. Well, 30 seems to be no great challenge. Let me line up here. Little left, way high, fishtailed left. And that one was very close and then went a little low. Let's try real quick. Start with some worker Gen 4, see how those perform. Calibrate on the 30 again. Jinx! What do you think? The Narl to Jinx ratio, it's about 2 Narls to 1 Jinx in case you guys needed a size comparison. Okay, we're a little dialed in there. What's the drop here? Hey, finally, let's try a couple of this is a blend now of Target and Walmart darts, but they tend to fly about the same. These are going straight, but dropping hard. I think that's because they're heavier. I'm not going to start walking it up to compensate, but overall, you know, for $20, for $25, I think the Narl is a steal. It's going to be very exciting to see what the hobby does to this platform. Just as a general premise, I mean, it's a very exciting, compelling blaster on the market. I dig it a lot. I actually really like how recessed the prime is because it would allow you to holster this quick draw and fire, which I think is very spicy from a competitive perspective, particularly if your game has no detriments to carrying a sidearm. Overall, I think that the Narl is a huge hit. I highly recommend checking it out. You know, dialing it in at higher ranges is going to be an exercise in finding the right barrel to dart to weight ratio and making sure that you are where you need to be in terms of lining it up and calculating your drop. But, you know, at the 30-foot range, it's pretty spot on, pretty serious primary class performance. And I mean, the FPS is no joke. Years ago, we would have killed for a pistol with this kind of performance. And in this form factor, I think it's very compelling. It's just different enough than something like, say, the Aeon with its slide prime. I really think that this is a unique profile for the blaster, and I highly recommend checking it out. That'll be available at sirenblasters.com for the pre-order period where you save 20%, and there will be a link in the description box down below. Thank you guys so much for checking out the content. As always, much love. Blast on. Drac out.